Be careful driving those dark North Carolina back roads tonight, because I'm about to tell you a story that will make you question every shadow you see in your headlights. In December 1953, something began stalking the small town of Bladenboro, North Carolina. Something that moved like a cat but was bigger than any mountain lion. Something that killed with surgical precision and left its victims completely drained of blood, when hundreds of armed men couldn't catch it, when experts couldn't explain it, and when the killings never truly stopped. The legend of the Beast of Bladenboro was born. I'm Keith Baxter, and this is Obscure Legends. Today we're diving into one of North Carolina's most chilling cryptid cases, a story of unexplained deaths, mass hysteria, and a creature that might still be out there waiting in the shadows. But before we begin, let me warn you, this isn't just another campfire tale. What happened in Bladenboro was real. The dead animals were real. The terror was real. And some say the beast is still very real. So lock your doors, keep your pets inside, and whatever you do, don't go investigating any strange sounds in the dark tonight. Now let me take you back to December 29th, 1953. When a local farmer named Malcolm Graham made a discovery that would change his small town forever. Full disclosure, this is a true historical event, but some names and details have been recreated based on newspaper accounts and witness testimonies from the time. The Beast of Bladenboro, a North Carolina nightmare. Picture this. A cold winter night in a small North Carolina town, where the only sounds are the whisper of wind through bare trees and the occasional distant cry of an animal. But in Bladenboro, during the winter of 1953 to 54, those animal cries became something else entirely. Something that made blood run cold and kept residents locked behind their doors after sunset. They called it the Beast of Bladenboro, and its legacy continues to haunt this quiet community nearly 7 decades later. Bladenboro, North Carolina, is a small town that rarely made headlines before the winter of 1953. Located in Bladen County, about 100 miles south of Raleigh, it was home to roughly 1,000 residents who lived quiet, peaceful lives, centered around farming and community. The town's tranquil existence was shattered, however, when something began stalking the darkness and leaving behind a trail of brutally killed animals and fear. On December 29, 1953, local farmer Malcolm Graham made a gruesome discovery that would trigger one of North Carolina's most enduring mysteries. Near his barn lay the lifeless body of his dog, but this wasn't any ordinary animal attack. The large dog had been killed in a peculiar manner. Its jaw was broken and its body appeared to have been drained of blood through small puncture wounds in its throat. Within days, similar reports began flooding in. More dogs were found dead, all bearing the same mysterious wounds. The animals appeared to have been killed with surgical precision, their bodies drained of blood. Local veterinarians were baffled by the nature of the attacks. Whatever was responsible seemed to possess incredible strength, yet demonstrated an almost methodical approach to its kills. By early January 1954, the situation had escalated dramatically. Larger animals began falling victim to the mysterious predator. Goats and cattle were found dead, bearing similar wounds to the earlier canine victims. The most disturbing aspect was that many of these animals were significantly larger than any known local predator, yet they appeared to have been overpowered with ease. Local resident Mrs. C.E. Kinlaw reported finding 2 dogs dead near her home, their bodies mutilated in the now familiar pattern. Mrs. C.E. Kinlaw, whatever did this, was something I've never seen before. The way these animals were killed, it wasn't natural. As panic gripped the community, Bladenboro's mayor W.G. Fussell took the unprecedented step of calling in help from outside the area. Professional hunters and trappers arrived from across the state, drawn by both the mystery and the growing reward money being offered for the creature's capture. The description of the beast varied with each sighting, but certain details remained consistent. Witnesses described a large, cat-like creature with unusually large paws and a long, sleek body. Some reported it as being dark in color, while others claimed it had a reddish tint to its fur. Most disturbingly, several witnesses described the creature as moving in ways that seemed almost supernatural, leaping impossible distances and vanishing into thin air when pursued. On January 13, 1954, the largest organized hunt in Bladenboro's history took place. More than 500 men armed with rifles and hunting dogs scoured the surrounding woods and swamps. The atmosphere was electric with tension as hunters reported finding massive tracks and hearing strange screams in the distance. However, despite the massive effort, the beast remained elusive. Local newspaper editor Horace Carter published daily updates about the hunt, drawing national attention to the small town. His vivid descriptions of the beast and its victims helped cement the creature's legendary status, even as some began to question whether the whole affair might be an elaborate hoax or mass hysteria. As the story gained national attention, various experts offered their theories about the beast's identity. Some suggested it might be a mountain lion, though these had been officially extinct in North Carolina for decades. Others proposed more exotic explanations, an escaped circus animal, a mutant creature, or even something entirely unknown to science. Dr. Marcus Wilson, a zoologist from the University of North Carolina who visited Bladenboro during the height of the panic, noted that while the kills showed signs of a large predator, the method of attack was unlike anything he'd seen before. The precision of the wounds, he wrote in his report, suggests an animal with remarkable hunting capabilities. Yet the pattern doesn't match any known North American predator. While the initial wave of attacks eventually subsided by late January 1954, the Beast of Bladenboro never truly left the public consciousness. Sporadic reports of similar attacks and sightings have continued through the decades, with significant clusters of activity reported in the 1970s, 1990s, and as recently as 2015. Linda Thompson, a current Bladenboro resident, described her 2007 encounter. Linda Thompson: "I was driving home late one night when something dark crossed the road ahead of me. It moved like a cat, but was much bigger than any bobcat I've ever seen. When it turned to look at my headlights, its eyes reflected back like two golden coins. I'll never forget that moment." Over the years, numerous theories have been proposed to explain the Beast of Bladenboro 1, Eastern Puma theory. Some experts suggest the creature might have been one of the last Eastern Pumas, officially declared extinct in 2018, but potentially still present in the 1950s. 2. Alien big cat theory. Others propose it could have been an escaped exotic pet, possibly a black leopard or jaguar. 3. Hybrid species theory. Some cryptozoologists suggest the beast might have been a hybrid between different big cat species, explaining its unusual characteristics. 4. Mass hysteria theory. Skeptics argue that while some animal attacks definitely occurred, the panic and media attention led to exaggerated reports and misidentified ordinary predators. In recent years, trail cameras and improved technology have led to new attempts to document the beast. While several mysterious photos and videos have emerged, none have provided conclusive evidence of the creature's identity. However, the consistency of witness descriptions over nearly 70 years is notable. The Beast of Bladenboro has become more than just a cryptid legend. It's now an integral part of local identity. Schools use the story to teach local history, and the legend has inspired numerous books, documentaries, and artistic works. The tale has also helped preserve an important piece of North Carolina's folklore tradition. Some researchers suggest that the original beast story, whether based on a real creature or not, helped highlight the importance of local wildlife conservation. The legend has inspired greater interest in protecting North Carolina's native predator species and their habitats. As we look back on the Beast of Bladenboro saga, we're left with more questions than answers. What really stalked the darkness in that small North Carolina town during that fateful winter? Was it a known predator driven to unusual behavior, an escaped exotic animal, or something else entirely? The evidence suggests something real was responsible for the attacks, but its true identity remains a mystery. Perhaps most intriguingly, why do similar sightings continue to this day? Are modern witnesses encountering the same type of creature that terrorized Bladenboro in 1954? Or has the legend taken on a life of its own? As long as these questions remain unanswered, the Beast of Bladenboro will continue to capture imaginations and inspire new generations of mystery seekers. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of North Carolina's most enduring cryptid legends, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories about lesser-known urban legends and mysterious creatures. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever encountered something you couldn't explain in the woods? Do you think the Beast of Bladenboro was a real creature, or is there another explanation for the events of 1954? Join the conversation and help us explore these fascinating mysteries together.